It's a cold Friday night in wintry Jerusalem. Nachlaot, one of the oldest neighborhoods in West Jerusalem, is wrapped in silence. The residents have taken a brief respite from the week's troubles, a quiet pause between the lengthy Friday night Shabbat meal and the morning prayers. However, inside the Ades synagogue, the Aleppian community's synagogue located in the heart of the neighborhood, this is not a time for silence. It is a time for singing, for music. It is the time of Bakashot. In today's session, we will delve into the singing of the Bakashot, a tradition practiced by the Jewish community of Aleppo during the nights between Friday and Saturday, Erev Shabbat in Hebrew. This tradition spans from the festival of Sukkot, typically in early October, to Passover, around April. We will explore this unique and captivating custom, examining its historical background, musical characteristics, and social significance. In the second segment of this unit, we feature an interview with Dr. Kumiko Yayama, a researcher whose extensive study of the singing of Bakashot by the Aleppian Jewish community in Jerusalem is groundbreaking. Drawing from her first-hand experience, having participated in this tradition numerous times, she will shed light on its musical intricacies and social implications. Before we dive into the interview, let's briefly discuss the historical development of the Bakashot. The tradition of singing and praying at night has a long history in Jewish belief, as beautifully articulated in the 9th verse of Psalm 42. Yomam yetzaveh Adonai chasdo, uvalayla shiro imi tefila le'el chayai. By day, the Lord commands His steadfast love, and at night, His song is with me, a prayer to the God of my life. The 12th century Sephardic rabbi and philosopher Rabbeinu Bechaye Eben Pakuda, in his important work Duties of the Heart, Chovot HaLevavot, declares that prayer at night is purer than prayer by day. He captures the importance of night prayer in Jewish belief, citing biblical verses such as when David said, Zacharti balayla shimcha Adonai, I have remembered your name, O Lord, in the night. And Chatzot laila akum leodot lecha, at midnight I will arise to give thanks unto you. Ibn Pakuda provides numerous examples and explains the many advantages of night prayer. Like the esteemed Sephardic scholar, the Sephardic Jewish community in Al-Andalus, Spain, was especially captivated by this nocturnal ritual. They would stay awake throughout the night, singing and reciting piyutim. As we learned in previous sessions, following the expulsion from Spain, many Sephardic Jews settled among Middle Eastern Jewish communities, including Aleppo. Their tradition of nocturnal prayers was embraced by local believers who integrated it into their own philosophical perspectives. A significant influence came from Kabbalah, the esoteric and mystical school of thought that emerged in the 13th century. Its spiritual center was the city of Safed in what is now northern Israel, where its leader, Ha'ari HaKadosh, Rabbi Yitzchak ben Shlomo Luria, resided. Kabbalah focuses on the aspiration of redemption, or tikkun, the rectification of the world, and grant each believer, each supplicant, the power to change the course of the universe. Kabbalistic piyutim, rich with mystical imagery and allusions, aligned perfectly with the custom of nocturnal prayers and became a central feature of this ritual among Middle Eastern communities. One of the rituals embraced by the Kabbalah was Tikkun Chatzot, midnight rectification, a prayer recited after midnight to mourn and remember the destruction of the temple. The established practice of Tikkun, still observed today, was formulated by Ha'ari, the leader of the Kabbalistic spiritual movement in Safed. However, following Ha'ari's ruling, which prohibited mourning costumes during Shabbat, a day of rest and reflection, a different nocturnal ritual emerged for the nights between Friday and Saturday. In these more hopeful ceremonies, believers recite and sing piyutim that glorifies and praise God while pleading for His help and benevolence. This tradition, as you might have guessed, became known as the singing of Bakashot. The Bakashot tradition became widespread in various communities throughout the Middle East and North Africa. In each community, the musical aspect of Bakashot was shaped by its local environment. In Aleppo, a main center of Bakashot among Middle Eastern Jewish communities, the tradition was rooted in the modal maqam system of the Arabic and Turkish art music. Despite its relatively fixed repertoire, consisting of established melodies for the main piyutim and improvised interludes, Aleppian Bakashot stands out as one of the most musically rich Jewish liturgical traditions. Today, it remains a significant part of Jerusalemite Sephardic musical style. Soon, we will engage with it firsthand, using our own ears and voices to learn one of the central piyutim of the Bakashot ceremony. But before that, let's return to the chilly Jerusalem night where our session began. Let's step inside the Ades synagogue and with the guidance of Dr. Yayama, take a closer look at this mystical ritual which carries us from night to dawn, from darkness to light, through the transformative power of music.